Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Kata. I'm here to do readings. If you've been here before, then you know how we do it. If not, really quickly, essentially I bring in and call in my spirit guides and my spirit team, and I ask them for some guidance. They are the ones that tell me what cards to pull. They are the ones that tell me which decks I'm going to use for the collective that is going to be watching this particular video, and they're the ones that also help bring in the messages that I receive. For some people this will resonate, for some people it will not resonate. I am not known for being exactly the nicest reader, meaning that I tend to give sometimes pretty harsh messages. Okay, I tend to deal in the realm of if you have to make large decisions, then that's what you're going to come here for. So if you're hoping to come here for a really light reading that's not about transformation and getting to the root of the problem, then this channel might not be for you, and you might want to steer clear and operate someplace else. So without further ado, I'm going to ask my spirit team, come in, say a little prayer. Okay, where should I start? Okay, I'm going to start with this deck. This deck here is a really interesting deck. I just recently received it. And I'm told 2 cards from here. Okay, so we've got the Sentient Nest and a Charmed Leap. One more, thank you. Pollination. Okay, there's a sense of fear that is coming in right out of the gate with this group, not wanting to take the necessary steps to create their dream. Okay, for this group, you're working on something. If you're not working on something, by the way, if you're not trying to start a business or work on a project, then this reading's not for you right out of the gate. Okay, there's definitely this sense with this group of needing to take the leap, of faith. This card, I don't want to be censored. Okay, being exposed, right? Being vulnerable, getting out there and being vulnerable. Now the pollination, it's called the pollination card, but I actually want to focus more on the imagery here because we've got the poppies, and then I don't know if you guys can tell, you've got the bees that are going between the poppies, right? There's this sense that I'm getting of taking what it is and then sharing it, teaching others what it is in a really vulnerable manner, right? The Charmed Leap here, again, she's literally naked. She literally has no clothes on, and she's just dancing around. And there's this sense of vulnerability that is there when we deal with a level of nakedness. There's a sense of vulnerability that is to be had. So with this immediate energy I'm feeling is that this group really needs to take the leap. This is also giving me Fool card vibes. This is also reminding me of the Fool card in tarot, just going and taking the leap, taking the next step that is needed and not overthinking it, right? This here, this deals with the coral, excuse me. This deals with the coral, right? The Sentient Nest. This is kind of, I'm going to actually ignore what these are saying and focus more on the imagery here. This is reminding me of ideas that is starting to blossom, right? The creativity and needing to pull these out and actually work with them, to actually move within them, not to block yourself anymore, right? To be wary of who has access to your energy. Oh, wait, this is a secondary message. This card here, okay? This one here, who has access to your energy? Who are you allowing to influence you? There's a potential for people within this group of collective that the people that are influencing you don't actually have your greatest mind at heart. They don't have what you're looking for at heart. They are influencing you because they don't want you to succeed in the long run, because they don't want you to see they don't want to see you, they don't want to see you get better, right? So there's a sense here of, right, the bees, they go and they pollinate every single one of these poppies, right? But the poppy doesn't have any barrier to say, oh, sorry, bee, you can't pollinate me, you can't come here, you're not compatible with me. They just let whomever bee shows up and pollinate the poppy. There's this sense of really needing to not be a step stool for people. Okay, there's a sense of not needing to let people walk all over you, because you're not a flower. You're not having a bee come and walk all over you and pollinate you and then move on to the next. That's not your job in this time, in this planet. Your job is to create. It's to be imaginative. It is to take our ideas that are slowly blossoming and growing and being brighter, and it's to be vulnerable and to help people with these ideas. So there is a sense of needing to be wary of who it is that's walking all over you. Who is it that is you're letting take advantage of you, okay? Who is it that is having access to your energy that should not be having access to your energy? Oh, okay, we're doing this different. I was told to cut the deck. And 3. Stop and bottom. Okay. Pine tree. Okay, really interesting. So we've got carnelian, we've got the watering can, we've got leaves, and we've got pine tree. The carnelian is, okay, this card here, right? Carnelian, creativity, love, passion. What is it that you're passionate about? Okay. What is it? Hold on. The poppy, let's talk about this for a second. Just for a minute. It's not going to apply to all of you, this little side tangent, but it will apply to some of you. What is it that you are sorely addicted to? And is that thing helping you in your endeavors, in your dreams, in your creativity? Or is that thing stopping you because you're so addicted to it that you don't know how to manage it? Okay. Your passion, okay, is your strongest gift. But how you choose to use that passion and how you choose to teach others about that passion is what's going to ultimately make all the difference. It's what's going to be the make or break for you. It's what's going to allow the flowers to bloom or to not allow the flowers to bloom. Okay, so what is that passion? What is it that you are actually hoping to take in? Okay, needing to step out more. The carnelian deals with leadership, it deals with creativity, it deals with needing to step into your power. Okay, and again, being vulnerable here with this card, right? Needing to be more vulnerable, stepping into it. Okay, we also have the watering can, right? This is all about watering the things that need to be watered, but also about knowing when it is appropriate to set boundaries, when it is appropriate to ask for help, and more importantly, knowing who to ask help from. Some of you are asking for help from the wasps and not the bees, right? You're asking for the wasps to come and not the bees that are going to actually help to pollinate you, okay? So you need to be mindful of, oh, there's also a bee in this card. I didn't even notice that. Can you guys see that? There's a bee in this card. I love that. I love when I have synchronicities between the decks like that. Anyways, so with the watering can, there's definitely this sense of who is it that you are allowing to water you? Okay, who is it that you're allowing to pollinate you? Who is it that you're giving permission to be in your space, right? You've then got this leaves card, right? Renewal, revival, progress. I actually want to kind of ignore that for a second and just talk about leaves themselves, because this is giving me kind of the vibes of letting go, right? If you think of autumnal vibes, okay, this is giving me vibes of letting things go that are not serving you, letting things go that are not helping you, letting things go that are not going to aid you in any way, right? Dropping that. The dragonfly is at the top and is going away from the leaves, right? So where are you? Where's your goal? Where is it that you want to go to? Where is that place that you want to leave and you want to, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to water, because you were watering this and it wasn't serving you. Right now you have all these random leaves, they don't really fit together. Okay, this could also be like random ideas that don't really come together, random things that don't really make sense together. And this is walking away to a path of clarity. Okay, for some of you, this is going to be leaving what you were working on, leaving this project, leaving this thing, and walking towards a path of clarity, walking away from something, walking away from a project, a job for some of you. I don't think that for most of you, it's going to be something like a relationship. This is really more of a material thing. This is something that you've been creatively working on. This is something that's been your goal, right? So really needing to walk away so that you can end up with pine, okay? Pine deals with creating roots in new areas and in new things, in new projects, right? Long-term goals. This is going to be a slower moving energy. So you guys have been kind of trying to push. The pine here is telling you that once you leave the things that aren't serving you here, you're going to then start creating new boundaries, new roots, right? Down here, right? The pine cone, right, is the root system, right? The birth and the foundation, right, comes from the same thing. So really needing to make sure that you are actually going to be setting proper roots, and then you're growing from that. And I don't know if you guys can see this how well, but in this as well, as you grow in this new endeavor, and I don't think it's entirely new, I think it's just you're going to be gaining clarity from the things that weren't serving you, from the things that weren't working for you. There's also actually, while I'm looking at this card again, I do want to say that in this card, there's this sense that some of you might have been in a partnership of sorts. So for those of you that resonate with the business aspect of this, some of you might have been in a partnership of sorts, and there's a splitting. There's two of you walking away from the business, from the project. Okay, you're going your way and your partner's going the other way, right? There's not a sense of animosity that's really here. I think it's just a sense of differing opinions, differing views. I'm not getting a feeling of like animosity or like anger, right? So if this is like a big blow up that's happening, this probably isn't going to be for you. This is definitely going to be something that is for two people who just are not invested in whatever business that they were working on, and they're leaving, they're separating, okay? You're going your way and your partner's going the other way, and that's that. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just knowing to let it go. It's knowing that, sign the documents. I'm getting told that for some of you, there's going to be a legal aspect here of like you're not signing the documents you need to sign to let something go, okay? And I'm being told by Spirit, you just sign the documents. Sign the documents, because this isn't going to serve you anymore, and you're not going to be able to move on to creating this and, watering this project if you're still hung up with this thing that's all discombobulated, right? It's all like all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just there. You're trying to make something from it, but it's not working. Okay, let it go, drop it, sign it off, walk away from it. Okay, and then you're able to actually work towards the thing that you want to create. You're able to then start the new endeavor, the new project, the new thing that you want to start with, right? That new thing. And you're going to do it solo, or no. I'm getting told that for most of you, when you drop this partnership, this new project, this new thing is going to be a sole proprietorship. It's going to be a sole, just this card, okay. A sole proprietorship. You have the card of the Marten and the Foxglove, the card of mischief popping up here. I had a message of mischief here, a message of people getting involved in things that they shouldn't be getting involved in, right? Message of don't look back. Okay, hold on. There's a few things coming through here. First off, the Marten is in the weasel family, right? When we deal with anything weasel related, it's about people, okay, who are not willing to take their portion of responsibility for things that have occurred, right? Don't let that person be you. That's the first message. Don't let that person be you, right? Take responsibility for what has happened, for what has occurred. Take responsibility for your actions and the part you had to play, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is don't look back, okay? In this photo, in this card, the Marten is looking back. This is a situation where when you walk away, you're walking away. Leave it alone. For some of you, you're going to be tempted, or you have been tempted to go back to the thing. Oh, well, I'll just do the same thing, but I'll just do it myself. No. It's meant to be dropped. It's meant to be left alone. It's meant for you to move forward, to create something new with a new energy, a new vibe, a new sense of creativity attached to it. It's not meant for you to be looking back on and going, oh, okay, this is what I want to do. Actually, I could probably make this old project work if I just do this myself. Let it go. Drop it. Okay? Be wary of people who are trying to give you advice for things that aren't actually theirs to give advice about, or for things that they don't have experience in, right? There's this sense here with this card of the Marten and the Foxglove that someone's going to try to give you advice on how to handle a situation. Okay, they might even try to convince you that it's okay to go back to this old project that you just separated from and to go back and to try and do it yourself. No. Right? Watch who it is that you're paying attention to and watch the advice that you are listening to. Just because someone is giving advice, it doesn't mean you're meant to take that advice. Okay? That's not what we're here to do. Not everyone who gives advice, and especially people who give advice willingly, not everyone who does that should have their advice taken at face value. That's it. That's all. That's what I'm being told. That's it. That's all. So I'm going to leave this reading here. And until next time, bye.